We have some big news to talk about today. Well, two big things to talk about. One is a Primark, the other is the Arks of Omen book series. We have official confirmation now on how many books are going to be part of that book series. And also on the Primark front, book 2, which is Angron. They actually talk about this now, and apparently it's going to be one of the most goriest narratives that they've done in a while. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now, I think it's best to start with the confirmation on how many books that we're going to be getting for the Arks of Omen. Now, this information is taken straight from the latest White Dwarf magazine. I'm going to put the image up in the background so you can read it along with me if you want to do that. So it states, by the way, Andy, this is Andy Clark, if I'm not mistaken. He is the, one of the background writers for Games Workshop for Warhammer 40,000. So he says right here, again, image in the background, it has been like writing a 5-act novel. I generally had to take a holiday when it's finished. On the note, the 5th book is the culmination of the series in which all the many threads we've woven throughout the books finally come together for a truly epic clash between the Imperium and Chaos. It is worth noting that there is a 6 Arks of Omen story which will be serialized in the pages of this very magazine. That magazine that they're talking about is, of course, the White Dwarf magazine. It goes into a bit more information at the bottom if you want to pause it and read it about how they're going to bring new characters in through White Dwarf. Obviously, that makes the White Dwarf magazine sell. If you get really into the narrative, people like me will go out and buy it. But the big thing is there now, they have confirmed it, that this is going to run for 5 books. Now, we've seen the first 3 books. The first 3 books are, of course, Abaddon, which we've already got now. And the second one is Angron. The third one, not first one. The third one is Vastor. The 4th one is the Xenos one, which apparently is going to be about Farsight and Snickrot in there, which makes sense because they're both Xenos races. Now, the 5th one, again, I'm just saying this is what I've been hearing in the rumorverse, okay? The 5th one is apparently all about Lionel Johnson coming back. Now, again, I'm holding my hands up. These are just rumors at this time. You have to take rumors as they are. As I always say, rumors are a lie until Games Workshop provide the information over on their community site, trailers, wherever they post about it. Just because I trust a source doesn't mean that you should trust that source. Now, one of the things I just want to talk about quickly is how this could link up to the launch of 10th edition. Just like we had the Psychic Awakening linking up to the launch of 9th edition all those years ago, it seems like this book series is going to be linking up with the launch of 10th edition. Now, I was told that these books would link up with 10th edition. The rumors that I've heard about 10th edition is that it's launching around June. Now, if you count the books, the 5 books, we have one in January, February, March, April, and May. And then that leaves June to be the big unveiling of, or should I say, the release of 10th edition, because at the end of April/May, we're having Warhammer Fest, and I personally believe at that event, that is where they're going to show off 10th edition. They'll probably show off the cinematic trailer, they'll have people talking about the new rules, etc, all that type of stuff. So this new Arks of Omen book series, being 5 books, actually now aligns with that rumor of those books leading up to the launch of 10th edition, which for me, I think it's pretty exciting times, really, because if that last book is all about the lion, then that throws the lion into be one of the central characters then in 10th edition. Again, we've actually had this before when Magnus, he launched right at the end of 7th edition, and he was one of the main factors in the 8th edition storyline, of course, with some of the other Primarchs that they brought back during that timeline as well. Now, moving on to the next big focus in the video, it's all about Angron and the upcoming 2nd book in the Arks of Omen series, which is titled Angron, because they tease, well, potentially some of the storyline. They're definitely teasing the narrative of this book. So again, I'm going to put the image up in the background. Again, this is from the same chaps who was talking about, the book series itself. I am absolutely excited to see what this holds. So again, the image is up in the background right now if you want to read it for yourself. So it states, as an example, the second book in the series, Arks of Omen Angron, brings together lore from the Horus Heresy, the Primarch series of novels, 25 years of codices, and countless other sources. It heralds the return of Angron, the most destructive, violent, and unpredictable of all the Primarchs. That alone is the cause for celebration, or, you know, lamentation if you're a servant of the false emperor, they say. I'm not going to spoil the plot for you, but the book is a celebration of the World Eater Legion. Yes, the whole Legion. So they confirm, like, basically the gang is getting back together. I can't wait for it. In a way that we've never done before, bringing them kicking and screaming and butchering their way into the era Indominus. Abaddon's plan for Angron is without a doubt one of the most cataclysmic, gory narratives we've ever created, and it has some well unexpected consequences that no one will predict. So again, more confirmation that Abaddon is basically using Angron, or he's basically kind of commanding Angron. I'm not too sure how that is going to go down, but it does here. There's, you know, it's going to have some consequences. You can't control Angron. Angron is his own beast. No one puts Angron in the corner. Okay, so I cannot wait to see what Angron brings to the battlefield as a whole, to the narrative. The whole World Eater Legion, or what's left of them, are going to be behind Angron, and they're just going to be butchering their way over world after world after world. You know what's going to stop them, right? You know what's the only thing that can stop the sons of Angron and Angron himself? No, it's not the Lionel Johnson, right? It's not the Dark Angels. It's the Sons of Dawn. It's the Black Templars, the Imperial Fists, the Soul Drinkers, the Crimson Fists, the Reclaimers of Dawn. You know, these legendary chapters of the stoic Rogel Dawn. It's only we who can protect the galaxy one more time. Sorry about that. I went off on my little Rogel Dawn rant. It tends to happen when I make these videos. Now, just to finish off this segment of the video, again, I'll put the image in the background so you can see it. They mentioned the battle scenes, which I'm hugely looking forward to. They mentioned space battles. If there's something that I absolutely love, it's bloody space battles. So again, image in the background. The battle scenes in the book are truly out of this world, especially the ones in space. Andy has done an incredible job of realizing the scale of the conflict we are aiming for. Put simply, the final battle is bigger than anything we've written about since the Siege of Terror. So what we have now is potentially one of the biggest battles between the Imperium and Chaos. Like, bigger than, like, the second Siege of Terror, where, you know, what was it called? Like, the Blood Crusade or something, when all the Khorne demons came out and the 10,000 Custodes poured out and they were fighting and stuff like that. I have literally no idea what it's going to involve. Of course, it's going to be Space Marines. It's going to be Chaos Space Marines. It's going to be Primarch. It has to be Primarchs, right? Lionel Johnson, Dark Angels, Imperial Fist, Ultramarines. Maybe even Gilliman turns up. Maybe even Dante turns up as a Blood Angels. There's so much potential that they can have in this second book. I am absolutely buzzing my socks off to see what they bring. I just want a huge, massive, like Royal Rumble, like back in the day, like Abaddon getting slung out the ring, the Lion crowned the champion, then Rogel Dawn comes out of nowhere and then like choke slams him. I don't know, right? This is what I want. I want the drama, and hopefully they deliver it on the scale that they're talking about in this article. Anyway, Chaperonios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, as always. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that at all, post it down below in the comment section, and we'll have a nice little chin waffle down there, as we always do. See you now. Have a great day, and bye-bye.